everyone. Thanks for checking out this video. This video is going to review some of the changes we've done in NextKast Pro and broadcast version for internet radio broadcasting in Q4 of 2022. As some of you might know, we updated our on-air version and made quite a bit of changes in the last couple of months. Some of those changes have propagated to the Pro and broadcast internet radio version. So I'm going to quickly go over some of those changes to get you familiar with what we've done and what new things are available in NextKast broadcast and Pro versions. Okay, so the first change is we made some changes to the icons. We modernized both the category icons and the playlist and rotation icons. And we added some fine-tuning on certain visual aspects. You'll see in the live assist playout only screen that looks a little bit different. There are also things that you can do to minimize what is displayed on the software. So for a while, customers have been asking to remove some of the things that they don't use. And because NextKast can do so many things, it has the sound processing, it has music scheduling, it has a line mixer and a mic mixer. There's a lot on the screen. But we can now choose what we want, and let me go through and show you how we can make those changes. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Settings, and the Settings window will appear, and then I'm going to go to this little ADV button here, and this is where my visual preferences are going to show up. So the first thing is we can hide the line in or mic buttons. So if you don't need the line in or mic buttons, you can check that there. The sweeper buttons and other settings can be hidden here by checking this. So now you have a much cleaner interface there. And if you don't need to use any of those things, you don't have to visually see them. Now, to get back to settings, you just would hit Control S, and then you can get back to this advanced setting window. One other thing we did was we give you the ability to have visually stacked players. So this way, instead of having a left and right player, you have stacked players like many in the radio industry are used to. So now those things are all preferences in the latest version of NextKast. Let's now move on to the play out only live assist screen. You can do that here by clicking on that live assist play out only screen button. You'll see this looks a little bit different than before. On the right-hand side, you have your sample buttons. On the left-hand side, you have your active playlist. One of the things we've enhanced is the search on the right side. So you can click the search and type in a term and search for tracks that have that term. You can also search for time. So if I wanted a track that is 4 minutes, I can put 4 as a time there, and you'll notice that all my tracks within that time range will show up. So then if I wanted to insert that track on the left-hand side on my active playlist, and again, this is touchscreen friendly, I can hit insert, and you'll see that right here, I'm in insert mode, and then I can click where I want to insert the track, and it inserts it for me. So that's something very useful and cool that we added on this new version. One of the other things is we have our played search history. So it will show you what has played either in the last 2 hours or any date or time range you prefer. You can also check live, and that will update as things are being played. So this is a good way to reference if you're going to do a station break to let people know what has played. You'll see it here in this window. A couple of other features that was added to the live assist playout only screen is if you move your mouse on the bottom here, you'll see this icon that shows up, and that allows you to partition the screen halves to the size that you prefer. So you can change the size of the left pane or the right pane, and that allows you to customize this screen. One other thing that we added to the playout only screen is you'll notice up here it's playing out my current playlist, and it says click here to go to edit screen. So when I click here, it places my playlist builder edit screen into this mode. And so if I need to check hours before or hours after, I can easily click on this grid here, and I can go to the next and previous date and quickly navigate through the playlist. Updating this list live and making changes here and removing tracks and so on and so forth has all been fine-tuned in this latest version of NextKast Pro and Broadcast. Okay, we'll move on to one of the last features added in the Broadcast and Pro version in this latest update. Again, to get to my settings screen, because I've minimized here, I would press Control S and my settings screen would come up, and then I can hit my advanced, and then this new window comes up, and I'm going to go ahead and uncheck everything that I checked, put it back to have all the functionality visible, because I wanted to show you a new feature that we added as well. So in settings, we have now added an automatic generate playlist for however many days you would like. So what this does is, if you are doing voice tracking and you need to generate your playlist ahead of time, you just check this box, and according to the rotation schedule and everything that you have set in NextKast, it will automatically pre-generate those days. So that is very useful if you just want to set it and forget it. It will automatically keep 2 days ahead and automatically generate your playlist for voice tracking or being able to edit those playlists ahead of time. So that is the quick overview of some of the cool things added in this latest version of NextKast Pro and Broadcast for internet radio broadcasting. Up next, I'm going to talk about Mobile VT, which is our remote voice tracking through a web browser, and also our Go Live, which allows you to host the radio station from a remote location. So we'll go over some of the things we added to that in the next part of this video. So this is our web-based Mobile VT. It gives you the ability to voice track remotely from a web browser. One of the cool things you can do is you can set this into full screen mode, and then you have a really nice clean interface to do your voice tracking. In addition, we have our Go Live. And you see on the new version, we've added these buttons on the bottom. So again, very touch screen friendly. And you can do a bunch of different functions here. I'll show you the Go Live first. So when I hit Go Live, basically I'm going live now. And I'm now have the ability to control the radio station from my web browser. So if I wanted to jump to a track, I can go jump to. I've now jumped to that position. I can hit Start Next. And I have now changed to that song on air. You can also delete items. You can insert new tracks. And you can see your sample buttons. So you can drag and drop local sample files to mix in with your voice. So with NextKast Go Live, you also have the ability to have multiple hosts host the same station. So if I wanted to do a morning show, I could have up to 3 people log into this web interface, and they'll all be able to hear each other, and they can converse with each other during the show. Now, this little SV button is studio volume. So currently, I'm not passing this through this video that I'm doing here, but the audio is coming into my computer. So if I hit SV, basically what that does is it lowers or attenuates the volume of the station music. So before a segment, each of the 3 hosts that are connected can talk to each other more easily and prep for the next segment. So that's that little SV button that we added here in the web interface. We also, on the right-hand side, added a record live button. So let's say you are doing a live interview remotely. And again, remember, this works on a phone, a tablet, or of course in desktop mode, as you see here via browser. So you see that little record there. Basically, when I hit that record button, it starts recording live at the studio. So you would easily be able to record the segment that you've done and go back and play it back later or reinsert it however you would like. In addition to it airing live, you can record it from the web interface. One final thing that I forgot to mention is on the latest version of Go Live and Mobile VT for NextKast, you can now upload a new track. So I can click here and I now have my editor where I can mark my track. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a new track here. And once it's loaded, I'll see my waveform here. And so I can press play. I can mark the track start. I can mark the intro until. I can fine tune the intro until here. I can mark my outro. I can mark my next start. And then if I wanted to override the tag that's on that track, you can type in your artist and title. And then of course you do need to know your category that you're going to upload it to. And then once I hit upload here, the track is getting sent to the radio station, and you'll get a confirmation here that the track has been inserted into that new category. So one of the other cool features we added in the Go Live and Mobile VT web interface for NextKast. Well, that's the quick overview of what we've improved and changed in NextKast. We continuously try to evolve and improve. Hope you guys are liking the update. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'd be happy to answer.